Probably will be here in Vancouver. That's at the low end of the scale.
The school's back. University's college. That means we got sun probably through most of September. The big ridge.
Remember who said it.
Okay. Anyway, it's going to be a great weekend. We'll check with you later. We had a few calls from people who are wondering exactly where to go to get some deals on fish, to go and bargain. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, Steveston is one place, but anywhere where you manage to see fish boats tied up along the Fraser River, go down and see what you can do. And for a mere $1, you can say what is on your mind, and we just might put it on television. Just go to our You Speak booth at the PNE, plug your loonie in, and we do the rest. You've seen it for the last few days. Here are the comments today.
Our love, our future, our hope, our home. Listen to the sound. Save Clockwork Sound!
We just want to say that Don Hill is really cute.
Happy birthday, dear Terry!
I'd like to say that Kim Campbell is the biggest hypocrite to ever live, and she doesn't deserve to be Prime Minister.
Oh, and Kathy Williams out in Chilliwack, your boyfriend is the biggest BSer in the world.
Parents of children that are 4 feet and under don't have to buy a ride pass. They can ride on the rides for free.
My family and I came to the PNE specifically to watch the RCMP musical ride. All of our jaws dropped in amazement when, expecting "Oh Canada," they played the Star Spangled Banner.
But we just thought that we'd sit here and it was cute. Okay? Okay, all right.
This MotoMaster tire, this battery, this motor oil. These MotoMaster products are all made by well-known manufacturers, but they'd prefer we not mention their names because they sell similar products themselves under national brand names and charge more. But buy them as MotoMaster at Canadian Tire, and you get the best of both worlds. National.
We just want to thank our cameraman for those lovely and creative city visuals. Those are just fascinating, aren't they?
That would be Granville and 7th if you didn't know.
Oh, great. Well, need a date? Have time to kill? Maybe you just feel like being silly. Regardless of your motive, if you're at the PNE, you have to try out our You Speak booth.
It only costs $1, and the money goes towards Children's Hospital. Here are some of today's comments.
If you're going to watch news, watch UTV. UCTV, you're all right. UTV, thumbs up.
My name's Kelly, and I'm 34 years old, so if you'd like to go out, call Kelly at 244-0880, and we'll have a good time. Oh yeah, object is matrimony.
Supposed to be my girlfriend here. She hasn't shown up. She's been late all her life. We've been going out for 2 years, and she's been late everywhere we go. And I want to let the whole world know that Kelly Brevner is perpetually late. I hope this makes the news.
See something exciting, like, my mommy's the greatest. My mommy's the greatest. She's the very best anchor going. No. What's that? Oh. Wow.
I'm Bill. This is Bob. Hi, I'm Bob. I live in Spuzzum. My phone number is number 1. He's number 4. I'm number 4.
2330 in UTV, you're doing a great job. I know.
Aw.
Apparently that's how you get on TV.
I
Actually,
guess,
you mention us.
You might not have, I don't know if you knew that was Tamara and her little girl on there.
Really?
Obviously, she...
Over the fisheries this year and the allocation of the quotas. Are you happy to see this opening?
Oh, I'm very happy to see the opening, yeah. Yeah, we were way behind as a gill netter. I'm happy to see it, but the thing about it is that when it came our turn to get a few fish, the price dropped, the bottom fell out. So that's a little discouraging. But this could possibly be our last opening on sockeye.
There's just too many sockeye this summer. Companies were offering about $1.35 a pound. That's now down to about 90 cents, and some of the packers may even stop buying the fish.
So do you put them in storage yourself or get somebody else to do that?
We have to put them in storage ourselves, yes. No way you can give them away for 90 cents. That's absolutely ridiculous.
The reality to us is that if we take care of our product, it's got to be worth more than 90 cents. See whether we can get a price out of it. It's a gamble. We'll take the risk.
The risk is the extra cost of cleaning and storing the sockeye themselves, hoping for higher prices later in the year. But across the water in Victoria, union leaders are trying to find a more immediate solution to the low prices.
They've got fishermen on the grounds ready to fish, not knowing whether or not that fish is going to be processed, whether it's going to go bad. And I think that what we're talking about here is not necessarily contractual obligation on part of the companies to honor our contracts. When we talk about processing fish, they have an obligation to the people of the bloody province. And so we've been searching, and this is part of our search here today, talk to the minister, try and get a third party involved, because obviously we're not going to be able to solve the problem between the two parties that are most immediately affected.
The price talks didn't produce any results this afternoon. Meanwhile, at the Steveston docks...
How much was the fish? $3.50. $3.50? Around $40 a fish. $3.50 a pound? For what is it, salmon?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. You can't get rid of them and charge them $3.50 a pound?
He gave me some poochies included in the price. So tomorrow we're going to Thrasher Rock, and we're going to get some bigger ones than this.
Yeah. Oh, it's too much wood payment.
Might have a smaller one.
I'll pay $2 a pound.
No.
You can sell them for $1.25. So get rid of them. Okay.
That's for River Gillnet fish.
Okay.
You
don't think it's a good deal? No. I mean, they got to make a living, I understand, you know. But if you can't get rid of them, sell them.
And that's the problem the fishermen face from the companies as well. The processors warn they might have to stop buying salmon as of tonight. They say the glut of sockeye and pinks has driven retail prices too low for the companies to make a profit.
Well, good news for Burnaby parents faced with the prospect of locked-out teachers and no school next week. Premier Harcourt announced today he is overruling the school board's lockout decision. The government is giving both sides less than 2 days to come to terms, or they'll be facing the process of binding arbitration.
The Minister of Labor has appointed Irene Holden as a special mediator for Burnaby. The parties have been advised, and Burnaby has been put under Bill 31. The parties will be advised that they have 36 hours to come to an agreement.
Keeping you posted now on some stories that we've been following recently. First up, a happy ending to the search for a missing Vancouver man. Friends of 36-year-old Robert Benoit began searching for him July 3rd when he failed to return from a night out in the West End. They put up posters and scoured his favorite spots in Stanley Park. They couldn't find him, but today Benoit was found alive, well, and living in Winnipeg. Apparently, he had not disappeared at all. He just moved east, and he hadn't said goodbye. In Vancouver, police are searching for this man, 29-year-old Mark Joseph Poirier, wanted in the killing of 57-year-old Francois Merlin Bolton. The two lived together in a suite at 1220 Cardero, where Bolton's body was found on Monday. Already charged in the case is 28-year-old Patrick Kirk Collins, arrested early this morning. And Surrey police have made an arrest in the August 8th killing of Leonard Bourgault at the Green Timbers Motel. 33-year-old Ronald Stephen Harvey was arrested just after 8 this morning at a Surrey home. Harvey now faces a charge of second-degree murder. And the trial of 50 Clayoquot Sound protesters continues in Victoria Supreme Court, but it's slow. The case began yesterday with the judge rejecting applications for adjournments, and the logistics of the mass trial have confused many of the people involved.
Several defendants argued that they hadn't been served properly, their actual charges. They didn't necessarily know what they were, they hadn't been charged their indictments, and the judge was very confused as to whether that applied. So he gave another adjournment until tomorrow at 10 so that people could make the case that the process here is being violated in terms of the court system.
The Crown has an awful lot of video that they're trying to show, and one of the unfortunate things about massing together 50 or more people for a trial is it's very oppressive and a hardship on the people being tried because they have to sit through 49 other people's cases as well as their own.
Well, Dave Randorf is here now, and you're going to keep us posted on what's coming up in sports later on in the show.
That's right. Coming up a little bit later, we've got some hockey news. The Ottawa Senators have been fined regarding those comments they made about throwing their final season of the game to ensure that they get the top draft pick. We'll tell you about that, and a big upset in tennis at the U.S. Open. We've got that, a little football, and a whole lot more coming up a little bit later on the show in sports.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Dave. And coming up, moving scam victims find out the hard way that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
I had thought in my mind that it's possibly a scam. It didn't make sense to me that this company would go out of business that quickly, and why would some gentleman I don't even know, want money to ship my stuff out there for such a low price?
Public notice. A major home furnishings event you won't want to miss is happening at all Brick stores across Canada Friday and Saturday. The Brick presents its massive holiday weekend no GST sale. Everything in all Brick stores at the guaranteed lowest prices in Canada. Plus, be at the Brick Friday and Saturday and you'll save the GST. Plus, save up to 62% on clearance home furnishings. The Brick's massive holiday weekend no GST sale with savings up to 62% on clearance home furnishings. Plus, you save the GST on everything in the store. Don't miss it.
Let's talk about your fall wardrobe. Is it a little out of shape? But what about those good things in your closet? The things you love to wear. No need to start from scratch, just rebuild. Bellis Fair has great new stuff at 20% off. Say, a vest for your favorite shirt. Shoes right in step. Or maybe a jacket for those time-honored jeans. Don't get bent out of shape. Put it all together and save 20%. Friday through Monday at Bellis Fair.
Ever since he was a kid, Chris McGroarty has walked to town to enjoy the great taste of McDonald's. But this month he's going more often than usual. Because September's taste of the month is the barbecue bacon burger. A quarter pounder with cheese topped with delicious barbecue sauce and sizzling bacon. And because, as of today, Chris isn't a kid anymore. The barbecue bacon burger, this month only.
During Safeway's bigger case lot sale, we've stocked up on all your favorite items, so you can stock up by the case at great prices. We've used all the national buying power of Western Canada's biggest supermarket chain to bring you bigger savings. The bigger case lot sale, on now at Safeway. It's a better way to save, so grab the opportunity.
Safeway, today's better way.
Lawyers went to court today to try to overturn the conviction in a shocking murder case. Shocking because a young man was found guilty of hiring two buddies to beat his mother and his grandmother to death. Testimony revealed that Darren Hooneman was greedy. He wanted his inheritance. Now he wants a second chance in court, and that does not sit well with the victim's family.
I just can't understand why he's even defending this guy, because if it had been a member of his family, he knows, he's read all the transcripts. He knows this guy is as guilty can be. He's a murderer.
It's not surprising John Chris feels strongly about the case. He lost a sister and a niece when Doris Leatherbarrow and Sharon Hooneman were murdered in this Tawasin house in October of 1990. Derek Lord, David Muir, and Darren Hooneman were all found guilty of first-degree murder for the killing of Hooneman's mother and grandmother.
Darren Hooneman's lawyer, Glenn Orris, is basing his appeal application on the grounds that the trial judge allegedly made a number of errors when instructing the jury. Specifically, he alleges that the judge erred when instructing the jury on how to deal with the evidence of the Crown's star witness, Amanda Cousins.
Amanda Cousins, the young blonde woman seen here, was Darren Hooneman's girlfriend at the time of the murder. After initially supporting the boy's alibi, she changed her story and told the lower court about Hooneman's plot to kill the two women in order to collect the inheritance.
Amanda gave an alibi. She lied. She admitted she lied. I think we all lie periodically. We don't always come forward with the truths. It depends on the circumstances. Amanda did just that. An ordinary person was running scared.
No matter what the outcome of the appeal, the damage that has been done to all the families involved in this case is irreparable.
It's been devastating. It really has. It's torn us
pieces in one respect. I mean, I'm not working. I haven't been working since the trial. I'm not sure when I'm going back to work. My husband is having more trouble concentrating on his work. He's, of course, fighting Corrections Canada from permission to see Derek right now. We're waiting to see what develops on that one.
Derek Lord will appeal his conviction in early November. Muir's appeal has already been denied, and it's expected the court will rule on Huneman's appeal tomorrow.
The numbers just keep adding up. More and more people are coming forth with horror stories of a move gone terribly wrong. As U-News at 6 began reporting back in July, an Ontario company by the name of Movers Express is operating a scam that involves holding people's furniture hostage. Well, tonight, a woman who outsmarted the pros. She's lucky, but many more are not. Lee Morrow has the story.
I had thought in my mind that it's possibly a scam. It didn't make sense to me that this company would go out of business that quickly, and why would some gentleman I don't even know, want money to ship my stuff out there for such a low price?
This summer, Julie Pacelli narrowly escaped being another victim of Vic Harris and his moving scam. She had contracted Vic Harris to move her belongings from Toronto. With Julie, he operated under the name of Pyramid Movers. Julie's move was small with no furniture. Vic Harris charged her $522.16, which had to be paid in full. It had all the earmarks of a typical scam, except Vic Harris didn't bank on one thing.
He was quite surprised to realize I was still in Toronto. He thought I was already in Vancouver.
He seems to rely on the fact that most people will have left the province, and it's a big ordeal for them to ever come back and pursue him.
Exactly. So he was hoping on that, but I would have done anything to get my stuff.
This is Vic Harris. He appears to be the kingpin in this moving scam. He runs two moving companies, Movers Express and Pyramid Movers, even though he doesn't even own a moving truck. We discovered that this is the business address for Movers Express. That's right, a 7-Eleven store in Ontario. This is Dave Finley. He operates East to West Moving and Storage, A to Z Moving and Storage, Abco Moving, and my favorite, Canada's Most Wanted Movers. This is Frank Langevin. We don't have a picture of him, but we know he also works for Vic Harris. He operates under the names Maximum Moving, Able Movers, and Vase Moving and Storage. Here's how it works. Vic comes to your house and gives you a lowball estimate for a move to Vancouver. Your possessions are then transported without your knowledge to Ajax Storage in Ajax, Ontario, where Vic lives. Your furniture sits here sometimes for months until Frank or Dave are heading to Vancouver. They tell you Vic's out of business, and if you want to see your possessions again, it's going to cost you more, much more.
His name was Dave Finley. Phoned me, said he worked for Vic Harris, and that he would be a nice guy, and for only $350, he would ship my stuff out to Vancouver, or else it would be sitting in a warehouse in Toronto.
But when we surprised Dave Finley at a recent delivery in Vancouver, he told us,
I've never met Vic Harris in person at all.
Someone's not being honest. And for all the people who we've reported being scammed by Vic Harris and his drivers, it's frustrating to know neither the police nor Consumer Affairs have yet laid charges. Fortunately for Julie, she had connections.
So I had called a few friends at the fraud squad in Toronto, and we had made some phone calls back to Vic Harris, threatening him with possible fraud charges. And the next morning, I received a phone call from Vic Harris, and he was quite surprised to realize I was still in Toronto. He thought I was already in Vancouver, and he assured me it was just a paper error. He's terribly sorry, and that everything would be shipped out there as soon as possible.
How do you feel? You think the clown should be shut down?
Oh, definitely. I think he should be thrown in jail.
Well, it's good news for her.
I think she's decisive about that.
I think so.
Yeah.
And this weather is just nice.
It is
So
nice, but you know that the guys at the weather office are getting a little bored.
Really? Well, I guess, they should. There's
Yeah,
nothing to do.
well, there's one big dominant system, right, that,
Right.
which is giving us all of this nice weather. It's a big ridge of high pressure, and it's pretty much staying there, so there's no change. So how do you keep describing it day after day after
You
day?
have to be creative.
You have to be creative. You can say massive. Well, they've not done themselves today. When they issue the forecast across
Yeah.
our newswire, they also include a little synopsis, give you an idea of, what systems are affecting what weather. It's a big, I quote now, big flabby ridge over the Pacific.
Interesting.
A big flabby ridge.
I've never heard a sunshine described in such
Well, want to see what it looks like? We're going to show you in just a few moments. Here's the current conditions right now. It's not flabby, it's sunny. 23 degrees. Relative humidity at 67%, pardon me. Air quality in downtown Vancouver today was a good reading at 16. The barometer is falling and no precipitation. We don't need any. We've had enough, thank you very much. 5.7 is what the UV index will be tomorrow. In the moderate range, but still, if you're going to spend any time outdoors, wear a sunscreen or a hat or a long sleeve shirt or whatever. Just basically sunshine. We got, again, a lot of morning cloud and morning low fog, especially around the outer coast and even up through the Washington coast and a little further up past the north part of the island. Same thing's going to happen, though, tomorrow, but sunshine for everybody and very warm temperatures today, too. No record set and not even close. 15 for Port Hardy, though. Campbell River, 25. 30 up in Whistler. 27 for Nanaimo. 28 up through the valley. We got up to 23 today, and Victoria was 25 degrees. A big, and I quote again, using official Environment Canada terminology, flabby ridge of high pressure. It's anchored off of here. It's pretty much poked itself into the interior. There is still a bit of cloud up through the north, and the only weak spot, or the only kind of, well, you know, tricky spot for Monday is a very, very weak system coming over top of that for Monday, only going to give us clouds at this point. We're going to have a pretty good long weekend, and it's about time, too. Clear skies tonight with a low of 12 tomorrow. Again, probably that morning fog or morning cloud, especially in the low-lying areas and the coastal areas, turning sunny, high of 21. Saturday, the same thing. Sunday, the same thing. And again, like we said, some cloudy periods with that system coming over, but it's very, very weak and should give us just nothing but clouds.
So that flabby ridge is not about to go on a diet anytime soon.
Not that we can see, no. It is just gorging away. So
okay, great. Love to hear those words. Just ahead, our low dollar means high times for our tourist industry.
What's the exchange that you're getting these days for your dollar? 30? 30%. Right. That makes a big difference when you go to buy something. Oh, yes. We bought a lot in Canada because of that.
New Timotei Oligo with minerals cares for your hair the way nature intended.
It's study time again, so Wilco figured I should find out where it's written that those other guys have the law of low prices. Meanwhile, check Wilco's back-to-school specials.
Saving is always in fashion, and so are these girls' two-piece fashion sets for $9.93 at Wilco.
Still no love.
You'll get an A+ when you wear these girls' and boys' shaker knit sweaters, now 30% off. Break the price law. Go back to Wilco for back to school.
That's it. There is no law at Zed. Zedless.
When I tune into 103.5, I know what I'm going to hear. It's a great mix of all my favorites.
It's bright, it's contemporary.
I listen to QM-FM in the car on the way to work, and when I'm at work, I listen to it all day long.
They play Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Phil Collins, you name it.
One of the best things about it, too, is that after 9 a.m., they only have 2 commercial breaks per hour. So it's all music.
Continuous soft favorites, only on 103.5 QM-FM.
Want to get in on some hot property in British Columbia? I have just the place. Has easy access to the beach, to schools, to shopping. Has plenty of space. Comes fully furnished. And wait till you see this view. So if you want a great investment, move into a new villager. But not that one. That one's mine.
Say cheese.
Cheeseburger macaroni.
Beautiful. Hamburger Helper makes a picture-perfect meal that'll keep your family smiling.
Cheeseburger macaroni.
Makes a great meal.
Our dollar stopped its fall today, but it has taken a pounding. International money traders seem to be selling because of worries about the upcoming election and unemployment. It's painful for those of us who want to head over the border, but the good news is tourists are flocking to our shores. Nicola Wasson has the story.
We all love getting more for our money. Once upon a time, the Canadian dollar went a lot farther in the U.S., but the scales have since tipped to weigh heavily in favor of the American dollar.
What's the exchange that you're getting these days for your dollar? 30? 30%. Right. That makes a big difference when you go to buy something. Oh, yes, we bought a lot in Canada because of that.
The weak Canadian dollar has done wonders for our tourism industry this summer. Americans from the Pacific Northwest are driving up for weekend shopping trips more now than ever.
They come up for weekends a lot more, stay in the hotel, do a dinner and sort of a shopping spree, and then go home. Yeah, and they're very aware of claiming their GST or our GST at the border.
Hotel operators say our U.S. neighbors are staying longer and scheduling more conventions here to take advantage of our cheaper facilities.
Small conventions, conferences, which are booked in the medium term, perhaps 3 to 12 months out, we have picked up many of those out of the United States that we perhaps not otherwise would have had.
We got a room for 125 as opposed to 155, so that was nice.
And 125 Canadian, I guess, is even better than 125 American.
It is.
It's like $100 cash, which is probably the going rate. We're from LA, and so that's about fair.
Last weekend, Molson, Indy attracted so many tourists, racer Danny Sullivan couldn't even find a room in the city. He was forced to send his family to a hotel at Whistler.
You'll see that the tours are full because people will take, instead of just taking a 3-hour city tour when the sun is shining, they'll take a full day trip. Or they'll include more activities in their stay here with 25% more to spend, and they're spending it here. So the spending habits are really quite amazing once we have a discounted Canadian dollar.
The low Canadian dollar is also keeping Canadians on this side of the border. Families who plan to go to Oregon chose Long Beach instead. Others picked the Okanagan over California. And shoppers realized the best place to find a deal was at home.
The opposition is calling it an effort to buy votes. Prime Minister Kim Campbell has scaled down Canada's military helicopter purchase from 50 to 43. Once a devout disciple of the deal, she now says it's too expensive, and this new plan will save taxpayers $1 billion. Military officials say the chopper's cut will come from the Navy's supply. There will be no cuts in the number of search and rescue helicopters. The decision has put a $20 million GE jet engine plant in Abbotsford on hold. Richmond's McDonald Detweiler Company has become the latest corporate beneficiary of federal largesse. Ottawa is pouring another $58 million into European Space Agency programs, which will turn into $20 million in contracts for the local and international company. The contracts to McDonald Detweiler will create 50 to 100 jobs. The company working on the design and the installation of the ground station for a weather research satellite.
And through the Canadian Space Agency, the federal government is investing $58 million in 3 major European Space Agency programs. In effect, this is an investment in Canada's future and a confirmation of our scientific and technological expertise. Dollar for dollar, this investment will reap contracts for Canadian industry for the development of components or specific hardware, leading to greater economic spin-offs worth several times this amount.
The announcement came this afternoon. Alberta is getting out of the business of selling liquor. The Klein government, looking for any way to slash its budget deficit, has announced it will privatize or close all of its 204 government liquor retail outlets. The move is expected to cost 1,500 jobs in Alberta. The union representing liquor employees is shocked by the extent of the layoffs. Earlier in this newscast, we told you about the dollar. It stabilized somewhat. Let's look at the rest of the money markets.
Comes under attack at the final Liberal leadership debate. And guilty or innocent, Michael Jackson generates plenty of grist for the media mill.
His only dream was to play for Notre Dame. Find out how one man's real-life story made it to the big screen in the film Rudy of an XTT.
Tonight, right after U News at 6.
We're dropping down, we're falling fast, we're falling.
Right now at Mazda, prices are dropping fast with minimum discounts of $1,000 on 323, MX-3 Presidia, Mazda trucks, and MX-6 Mystère. $1,500 on Protégé, $2,000 on 626 Kronos, as well as the family-sized MPV, and $4,000 on the luxurious 929 Serenia.
We're falling fast, and it just feels right.
Just below the skin you see is the skin you want. Introducing Fruition from Estee Lauder, a remarkable lotion with a triple fruit acid complex that can give you up to 60% increase in clarity, up to 40% improvement in texture, up to 37% in smoothness. Fruition from Estee Lauder. Right now at the Bay, receive a 7-piece gift, including a cosmetic bag, with any Estee Lauder purchase of $19.50 or more. Offer available until September 12th at the Bay.
Fred Latrimo has moved.
You know the hardest part about changing radio stations after so long? Remembering the name of our news station, 97 KISS FM.
It's easy for you. Just set your radio once to our new dial position, 96.9 FM, and that's it.
But we have to remember every time we open our mouths. 97 KISS FM. 97 KISS FM. 97.
It's Latrimo in the Morning with Fred and Kathy.
97 KISS FM with Fraud and Krabby.
Fred and Kathy, now on 97 KISS FM.
Whenever my mom or dad are around, we usually do try to make time to go see sights.
It is on Old Street.
And then after that, you just want to get ready to play.
Dennis is for life now. Eventually, you know, she has bigger plans, like being a mother. Getting married first, and then being a mother.
My folks are great. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for them.
The cheese. I like to pick her boyfriends, too.
Mom!
But she won't let me.
There's only a week to go in the political race that could produce the next premier of BC. Next weekend, Liberals choose their next leader, and they are counting on him or her to unseat Mike Harcourt and the NDP. Gordon Wilson has 6 challengers for his job. The party and some voters saw them in action at a Burnaby High School last night. 2330's Norma Wick takes us to the debate.
What do Mike Harcourt and the Mars Observer have in common? The answer? Both have lost touch with the people who put them there.
Premier Harcourt in particular, I think, should probably have a job in a think tank somewhere, as long as he works at the shallow end.
Reverend Alvin Charles Campbell McKinney, remember the numbers, 736. 7 candidates, 3 Gordons, 6 losers, 1 winner.
After the stand-up comedy, there were serious questions from the floor.
I would like to know, in the run-up to this leadership convention, approximately how many new members each of you have signed up.
I am proud of the number of people that have been attracted to the Liberal Party because of my candidacy.
I haven't kept count, to be quite honest, and I don't know. But I can tell you one thing, that since 1987 as leader, I've attracted enough people into this party that took us from 7% to 33%. We formed official opposition. That's a fact, it's a record, and not a promise.
Once again, Gordon Campbell was a target over the issue of campaign funding.
I disclosed my donations. I disclosed every single dollar of them. One of the greatest things this party has going for it, has never been controlled by any special interest group, not the trade unions and not the big money of the old social credit party.
But Gordon Campbell refused to take the bait and avoided the topic of disclosure altogether.
I was talking to a business person last night, and he said to me, you know, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't hear about an investor that has left British Columbia for good. And when you lose investments, you lose jobs.
Well, there was a burst of enthusiasm out of Gordon Campbell, which a little color there that I hadn't heard before, which impressed me, and I was glad to hear it.
He's mostly been under attack, hasn't he?
Yes, because he's the leading candidate, he attracts most of the lightning.
You haven't made up your mind yet, obviously.
No, I'm still very undecided.
It is one of the 3 Gs.
This was the last public forum for the candidates before the convention next Saturday. Delegates will have one final chance to hear the leadership hopefuls when they make their speeches next Friday night.
Boy, and it won't take them long to vote. They got this new computerized voting. Televote, vote from your home.
Really?
Pick a leader.
It's going to be fast. Okay. Well, this weather is still wonderful here. What's it like across the province and the country?
It's pretty nice across the province, Tamara, and then you run into a little rough spot the further east as you go. Nice day across the prairies. Let's start with BC right now. A little bit of cloud up to the northeast corner. That's coming from a system that's centered in northern Saskatchewan, and there's a trail of cloud coming back into the northeast, but that's about the only spot, really. Everybody else is nice and sunny. Warm temperatures today, especially in the southern interior into the Okanagan. Kamloops got up to 29. Cranbrook was 22. Prince George 26. 18 up for Prince Rupert, and up in Fort Nelson 23, and some cloud. Not much, but some cloud. A little more cloud up in the far north. Whitehorse, though, nice and sunny, and again, they're very warm. Everybody else is a little cool. They're just on the wrong side of a cold front. 20 in Whitehorse, and then you get to yellow in an 11 knife. 11 in Yellowknife, 6 in Inuvik, and 5 for Baker Lake. I'm still thinking Flabby Ridge. I don't know why. We've got sunshine in the prairies. Little cloud, just a few clouds in Saskatoon, Regina. Not a bad day in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Winnipeg wasn't too bad either, although they were cool, only up to 14 degrees. A little warmer in Saskatoon at 21. Regina 19, 24 for Edmonton, and 22 for Calgary. You get into some showers when you head to Thunder Bay. Showers in Toronto, cloud in Ottawa. Gets a little better in Montreal, and a little bit better up in the Maritimes. Temperatures went anywhere from about, here we go, 17 in St. John's, 22 in Halifax, and 24 seemed to be the other popular number. More about our stuff later.
And you know what the final color was?
No.
Neither do I.
It was probably brown.
Yeah.
Now, he is a little chubby and downright pug ugly. But then beauty isn't important when you're the kind of animal that likes a good wallow in the mud. Here's a face only a mother would love, and it was born with an instant appetite. The baby hippo is the second born to Diana, a hippo mom in Bangladesh. The Dhaka Zoo has been drawing thousands of visitors every day wanting to see this new hippo arrival.
I don't think I would have thought of naming a hippo Diana.
No, it sounds like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything. Stop now.
Don't.
I won't.
Coming up in sports, Doug's little brother playing big for the Lions.
How fast are you?
Beats me, fast enough to get open and catch the ball.
Who can bring together people everywhere? Who can put a special kind of magic in the air? M&M's can. Yes, they can. Oh, M&M's can. M&M's can, and they do it all for you, and the world tastes good. Wow. They make us smile. Tell me. The stretches all across the land. M&M's can. M&M's can. Hey! M&M's can.
I have been thrown from one end of this bus to the other. I've seen all kinds of things. Stale granola bars, watery yogurt. Hey, I know the dilemma. You want something wholesome, kids want something awesome. Well, that's why Jell-O created new, ready-to-eat pudding snacks. You'll love Jell-O pudding snacks because they're made with skim milk. Kids, they'll just love them. So, remember,
there's always room for J-E-L-L-O.
Introducing new Trident Cherry.
Choo-choo, choo-choo, cherry, woo-woo, woo-woo, cherry, choo-choo, choo-choo, cherry.
Cherry, the wild new taste from Trident.
Choo-choo, choo-choo, cherry, ooh.
Trident, we've got taste wrapped up.
Choo-choo.
Vancouver's future is too important to risk. We are living in the most livable city in the world. We need a mayor who puts Vancouver first, one who puts Vancouver ahead of party politics and ahead of petty politics. That's why I'm running for mayor for the Nonpartisan Association. But more importantly, I'm running so that I can work with you to help keep Vancouver livable, affordable, and safe. I'm Philip Owen. And with the NPA team, we're putting Vancouver first.
You know, it's not very far off that little causeway at the P&E that our little You Speak booth is located.
It's popular.
And it is very popular.
It's a magnet.
People line up. They have a chance for a little loonie, which goes to the Children's Hospital to say exactly what they like, what they don't like. Here's what some of you had to say today.
We went to the Calgary Stampeders game on July 24th.
We had beer thrown at us because we were cheering for the Stampeders. I mean, we don't need it. We go there to watch a football game.
I love the Stamps.
We can't cheer for, like, another team.
I didn't throw garbage at you, dumb drunk fans in the wheelchair section.
They never listen to teenagers because they don't think we're serious, so I bet you won't put this on the air.
I think Papa Smurf is a very legitimate person. I think Papa Smurf should run this country. Ken Campbell is nothing.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Ned made the worst mistake of his life when he went to Europe, right, James?
Yeah, definitely.
Really, I really don't think that he's worth the $900,000.
Plus a $400,000 signing bonus.
Right, that the Canucks wanted
1.2.
he wanted the Canucks to give him, right, James? Right. I mean, I don't even think he's worth the $275,000 he was getting before.
Said not gonna do it. Gonna take you TV. Gonna put the economy there. Take that Don Taylor, Paul Carson, Dave Render, put them all together. Mission.
So there you go.
You got it.
The world's problems are solved.
Competition knocking at the door.
Okay.
Take it away, Dave.
Dave.
Good evening, everybody. Well, you gotta like this NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. When he says he's going to deal with something, he with it. Pronto. The league has fined the Ottawa Senators $100,000 U.S. for comments made by their former owner suggesting the team threw their final game last season to ensure themselves the #1 pick in the draft. The inquiry found no evidence that they actually did cheat, but Bettman said the comments alone were unacceptable, so he fined them. At the U.S. Open today, third seed, two-time Chuck took the first 2 sets. Now, we've seen Edberg battle 5-set wins before, but today, Edberg's opponent was beating him at his own game, coming to the net and not giving an inch. Eventually, we had match point for the 18th player in the world, Carl. Put this lob, Edberg knew it was over. Novacek takes out Stefan Edberg 7-6, 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. The biggest upset so far at the U.S. Open. In other action, the 4-seed Boris Becker was taken to the limit by Andrei Cherkasov. Boris won in 5 sets. All the other top men seeds won today, as did the women. We'll have a complete rundown tonight on Sports Page. Football now. The BC Lions are, of course, coming off that loss to the Calgary Stampeders last week. But they did get some good, outstanding performances from several players, including wide receiver Darren Flutie. Flutie caught 6 passes for 101 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Darren has really bounced back from earlier in the season when it looked like he might lose his job.
6 defensive backs in for the Stampeders. Barrett has Flutie, and that was a miracle catch.
Calgary's a good football team. They always play me tough, personally.
Barrett from the shotgun. On the corner, touchdown! Darren Flutie, number 82.
Darren Flutie says he loves playing against the Calgary Stampeders. They're the best team in the CFL, and no one presents a bigger challenge. And then there's the fact Big Brother is watching.
You know, we don't have time to think about each other when we're out there playing. We worry about what we're doing personally, so there's no big rivalry or challenge between us.
But do you ever make a great catch and just take a look over in the sidelines to make sure that Doug was watching?
Yeah, I look over there a few times during the game, and he's always looking at me. If I make a catch on their sideline, he's the first one there to help me up or pat me on the ass or something.
Barrett looks deep. Flutie makes the catch.
You know, I think he's still, to this day, when I have a game and he's watching me, he worries more than I do.
But earlier this season, it was Darren doing most of the worrying. His job was on the line. The Lions coaching staff wanted a wide receiver with more speed. So when the Ottawa Rough Riders came to town in late July, Lonnie Turner was in a BC uniform. Darren Flutie was on the sidelines.
I took it personally, and I don't think I should have, you know. So what I've been trying to do maybe the past 4 or 5 weeks is just concentrate on my game, come out every day, try to get better and work hard. And since then, things have taken care of themselves. I've been playing a lot better, putting things out of my mind I shouldn't be worrying about because I have no control over those things.
How fast are you?
Beats me, fast enough to get open and catch the ball. You know, if I would be timed at 40, I don't know what I'd run, but I don't really care. It matters when you're out there on the field and getting away from people.
Darren worked his way back into the lineup after that Ottawa game. He has his old job back, and he's not about to let it go again. You see, he bounced around the NFL for 3 years before coming to BC in 1991. He likes playing here, and he doesn't want to leave. Do you ever think in the back of your mind that maybe you'll give the NFL another shot?
I think I thought about that a little bit this offseason, but, you know, as I really sat down and thought about it, I like the people here. I thought I had a little more security up here, but I guess you never know about that, you know, but I like it up here, and I've enjoyed playing up here, so why should I change something that I really like?
Okay, I think my microphone's fixed now. I'll continue with the sports. Hopefully you can hear the rest of it. As for tonight's action, the Jays have the day off. This is baseball we're talking now. They begin a series in California tomorrow, coming into today. They led the Yankees by 2.5 games in the AL East. New York is playing Chicago right now, and right now in that game, Chicago trails New York 7-1. In the National League West, the Braves and the Giants are wrapping up their big series in Atlanta. Giants lead the division by 3.5 games. Right now, Atlanta is trailing San Francisco 3-2 in the 7th. Now, last night at the Coquitlam Sports Center, Game 7 of the WLA Final. The Burnaby Lakers, who had come back from a 3-0 deficit, we're going to go see the highlights right now. Coquitlam and Burnaby. The Lakers had come back from the 3-0 deficit. Everybody wrote them off, so the big crowd came out today to watch this game. And there were a ton of pretty goals. Get a load of this one. Here they come. You've got Troy Malcolm all alone, shoots and scores. That's the type of action we had going on at the Coquitlam Sports Center last night, Game 7. Now, look at this goal. Coquitlam, Bill Kalin gets the ball to Dean Richards, and look at Richards taking shots all over the place, still scores. Game 7, it never fails to bring out the best in any players, no matter what the sport. A few minutes later, there's another goal. Trevor Wingrove. We have a tie game, 4-4. The crowd was loving it. Now, the Adnats took a 5-4 lead here, but Burnaby power play, John Wilson, is going to do the rest. Look at the moves in front by John Wilson. After regulation, it's tied. After overtime, still tied. We're in double overtime now. Just over 3 minutes left. Number 19 is Bruce Turris. Moves, shoots, and scores. Dallas Elliott, the Burnaby goalie, didn't even see it. The Adnats win a thriller in double overtime, 8-7. Heartbreak for the Lakers, who have made a great comeback to force the Game 7. There's the Lakers, dejected as they are, but it will be the Coquitlam Adnats hosting the Brandon Excelsiors in the Mann Cup final that starts next Wednesday at the Coquitlam Sports Arena. Now, getting back to football now, Sacramento is in Edmonton as far as the schedule goes tonight. That game just kicked off, so we'll have the full highlights for you tonight at 11 o'clock on Sports Page. And last night, we told you about the possibility of the Seattle Mariners playing a part of their regular season schedule here in Vancouver. BC Finance Minister Glenn Clark was down in Seattle yesterday talking with the club. He returned last night and dropped by the station to tell us his reasons for pursuing Major League Baseball.
First of all, as a baseball fan, I think it'd be great to see some Major League games up here, and this is a Major League city. Secondly, I guess as finance minister, that the stadium, BC Place Stadium, is subsidized by the taxpayers, and we sunk a lot of money into it, $60 million or so, which we're not really getting any payback for. So if we can fill it up a few games there, that's good news for the taxpayer as well.
Yeah. How do they respond?
Well, I think the owners are very open to the idea. They're losing several $1 million, as many of the small market clubs, as they call them, are. And when the contract runs out with the television next year, they're going to be in some serious trouble unless they can expand their sources of revenue.
So we could have as many as 6 to 8 games by the 1995 season, and then 2 years after that, possibly 20 games at BC Place.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, if you're a baseball fan, is that right?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dave.
Okay.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
It's study time again, so Wilco figured I should find out where it's written that those other guys have the law of low prices. Meanwhile, check Wilco's back-to-school specials.
You'll be a hit in these licensed baseball shirts. Choose your favorite team for only $17.97.
Still no love.
Be at the top of your class in these men's and boys polycotton fleece pants for $6.97 and $7.97. Break the price law. Go back to Wilco for back to school.
That's it. There is no law at Zed. Zedless.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. it's hard, you will find to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. Now here is the best part, you've got a head start if you are among the very young at heart.
It's like getting a multivitamin in every meal.
Mideast peace talks gained even more momentum today. First, word that Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization are on the verge of accepting each other official recognition for the first time. Then another Israeli enemy, Syria, said it hopes to reach a deal with the Jewish state within days. That could mean that Israel would return the Golan Heights, occupied by Israel since 1967. To South Africa now, and an astonishing sight today. Peace Day marked the start of a campaign to cross all the lines that divide the country. Organizers want to do something, anything to stem the killing. 10,000 victims in 3 years. Judging by these faces today, it's an idea whose time has come.
More developments in the Michael Jackson case today. A new lawyer entered the picture saying the singer has destroyed the trust of the boy who's accused him of sex abuse. And Paramount Pictures announced that Jackson won't do the theme song for a new movie. It says he withdrew from the project. Jackson's troubles have created a mini-industry for the media. Jim Maceda now on who's more interested, the public or reporters.
While Michael Jackson dances again to his music, the world seems awash with a different tune.
My client is innocent of any wrongdoing.
Don't you feel duty bound to...
Did Jackson do it? Was the whole story made up? Though no charges have yet been filed, the media can't resist digging up the dirt. Even if the star is innocent, his career may already be hurt.
We don't know the truth. We know what people have alleged, and we're reporting it as fast as we get that information because we figure if we don't, somebody else will.
But some readers and viewers say they're sick of the blitz.
I arrived here a week ago, and that's all I've seen on TV. There's Michael Jackson.
At Hollywood's Walk of Fame, Darlene and Bud Mills of Moore Park, California, laid flowers on Jackson's star. They say he's just a media victim.
And I guess that's what the newspapers feel, or the television people feel, will increase their ratings.
The talk of the town. Michael Jackson under criminal investigation. Indeed, ratings at the network's Los Angeles stations jump at the top of their local news, where the Jackson story always plays. Newspaper circulation is also up.
It was a seemingly anxious and upset Elizabeth Taylor who rushed to be by Jackson's side.
Interest in the world's biggest entertainer is just too great. The Washington Post has run 11 articles on Jackson. All the major networks have daily coverage. Once last week, it was the top story on NBC's Nightly News.
Is Michael Jackson going to make any statement? He's got a whole cadre of internet...
But whether it's fueled by the press or the public or both, speculation about the megastar will likely continue until the whole story is out.
Ironically, that's what it is, speculation. Nobody, except for those who actually see the transcript, know the facts.
Exactly. We'll be back in just a moment, like he said.
New Timotei Oligo with minerals cares for your hair the way nature intended.
I love them, but I can't wait for them to go back to school.
But it can be so expensive. Not if you shop at Zellers. You're right, their low prices are great.
It's back to school days at Zellers with a fashion promotion that puts money back in your pocket. With children's fashion purchases of $100 or more on your Zellers card, you get a money back in your pocket certificate that's good for more fashion buys.
School days.
And with those money back in your pocket certificates and free Club Z rewards, why shop anywhere else?
You are a winner.
If a Coors Light can talks to you this summer, you could win this, or this, or this, instantly. Just call this number before you start screaming.
Now get the freshness of Glade in an air freshener made just for your car. New Glade Clip-On. Clip-on here, clip-on there. Clip-on freshness everywhere. Clip on your favorite Glade scents with refills that freshen for 30 days. Freshness to your bar, freshness for your car. With adjustable vents for just the right amount of freshness. Clip-on here, clip-on there. New Glade Clip-Ons. Clip-on freshness everywhere. From SC Johnson Wax.
When I first saw them, I thought, ooh, how funny. Flaps on the sides of a maxi? Always calls them wings. They're not just little tabs, they're panty protectors. You see, there's this dry weave on the top of the pad that also forms wraparound wings to help protect my panties. So Always is cleaner and drier, even on the sides. Now when I think about it, wings aren't funny. They're fabulous. Always with wings. It's cleaner and drier.
That pudgy, content, rigid high pressure is continuing, right, Mark?
Yes, yes. Let's find a nicer word for it. You know, kind of like massive, huge, El Grande Regio. How's that? Okay. It's a big ridge of high pressure. It's going to stay for a while, which means we're going to get a pretty good Labor Day weekend, as a matter of fact. Just what we've been waiting for. It had to come at the end of the summer, but better late than never, I say. Clear with a low tonight near 12. There may be a couple of fog patches around, especially near the coastal areas, up through the valley, but turning sunny with highs of 21 degrees. I like that. It has a certain elegance to it. El Grande Ridge. It's a ridge.
And you know what? I haven't told you yet that this is a fabulous color.
Oh, geez, thanks. You told me earlier I look like a mint.
But I meant a really nice looking mint.
Yeah, nice mint.
We don't want to know.
By the way, you may be feeling a little ripped off. You didn't hear the sports because of the technical difficulties. Hey, that happens. Just tune in tonight at 11. We'll tell you all about it then.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Nobody loses in this.
And what we heard, it gave us a taste, and we want more.
Right.
There you go.
Nice outfit.
23:30 is right after sports page, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Thanks for being with us. Good night.
Good night.